All right, y'all, welcome back to Tasting with T. It's your girl Chef T, and today, like I stated, we are making an hors d'oeuvre, a deviled egg, but not just your regular deviled egg or angel eggs, as some people call it. We're making a fried deviled egg with a bang bang shrimp on top of it and a little bit of green onion for garnish. So here we have our ingredients. We're going to be using some panko breadcrumbs, some flour. We have our eggs because we're going to go flour to egg to panko to get that crust on it. We have our shrimp that we're going to coat in some flour, and we have our relish, mayo. We have some Dijon mustard. You can use yellow mustard too, but I like Dijon. It adds a different kind of flavor to the deviled egg. Then we have some garlic and a little bit of bouillon powder. So what we'll do is just go ahead and stir up our eggs, and we're going to season all three parts. We're not going to leave anything unseasoned. Whatever you season in one, you're going to do it in all three. So we're just going to give it a quick little stir, and then we're going to go in with a simple seasoning. So what we're going to add is some pepper, and all three. And this is just about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of pepper. Then we're going to go in with some salt. And these salt and pepper shakers, you guys, they're on my website as well. They are adjustable in coarse to, fine, depending on how you want your seasonings to come out. It has a little pocket here. You can put your seasonings in here. You can use other seasonings too, but specifically it's for salt and pepper. So DustToDawnCatering.com has these. They do sell out quick, so I recommend you hop over there and get you some. So now we have our garlic powder that we're going to go in each of our parts. So everything is seasoned. Have to make sure everything is tasting the same. Have a little bit of bouillon. Bouillon makes everything better, so I use it a lot. All right, and then we have some of our all-purpose seasoning, which is also on our website. You can go there and find it. All salt-free. Quick story about these, y'all. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, very hypertensive, and I ended up creating a seasoning because I couldn't find seasonings that had a lot of flavor. I'm a flavor girl, so I couldn't find a seasoning that had a lot of flavor. So I went in the lab. I started creating and curating different flavors of seasonings. And I came up with these three, and I came up with these because I felt like these were the most popular. All-purpose, obviously, is all-purpose. You can use it on anything: fish, chicken, any of your beefs, eggs. And then Raging Cajun is kind of like, the old bay, but I actually call it the new bay because we got a new sheriff in town. But it's actually a good Cajun seasoning that you can use, similar to a Slap Your Mama's, Tony Chachara's sauce. And it's really good, except the only difference is it's salt-free. So we'll add some of that in all three. And then lastly, we'll add some Italian seasoning. And this is good for spaghettis, pasta dishes, meatloafs, anything like that. It's very, 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 very good. So we'll just give it a quick stir. We have our oil, you guys, set over here. It's getting hot for our eggs to drop in. And I'm just going to make sure this is incorporated pretty thorough in here. Cool beans. So we have our pot for our eggs to go in. We have our eggs here. We're going to just slice them, and then we're going to break it up and put it into the bowl to kind of make the sauce that's coming up next. So stay right here. When we come back, we'll start assembling this and preparing this to go in the fryer. Don't turn that down. All right, guys, welcome back to Tasting with T. It's your girl Chef T in the kitchen whipping up some good old fried deviled eggs today. So now what we're going to do is cut our eggs so we can start preparing them to be coated and make the filling for it. So you just cut it right down the middle. We're going to put the filling in there and then set the whites to the side, just like that. We want to get all of the yolk, so Make sure you get all of that in there. So yeah, you just cut it right down the middle. It should just pop right out. So we'll do that one. And this is normally about the size of an appetizer. You normally get like 4 to 6 in an appetizer. So that's what we're doing today. 6 little halves. They're very filling too, especially when you add the shrimp on the top of it. So we'll set this to the side so we can prepare that in a moment for the filling. But for now, in the meantime, in between time, let me find my gloves because it can get a little messy. I recommend using gloves. You don't have to, but if you do, it'll make your life a lot easier when you start to coat the eggs with the mixture. It starts to get a little clunky. So we're going to start with the dry, the wet, and then we're going to end in the dry. So our pot, like I said, has been preheating. So all you do is get your egg. We've already seasoned everything thoroughly. So what we are going to do is start here. Make sure it's nicely coated with the flour. Go into our egg mixture. Let's take this off to the side. Coat that in there. Make sure it gets in the middle too. This is the part where it gets a little messy. Do it like that. Then just toss it evenly into the coating for the breadcrumbs. Make sure you get it all in here in the inside. And this is what it's going to look like when you're done, okay? So we'll just finish coating all of these in here. Try to use one hand. It'll make it a lot easier because this one is really going to get messy. Get it all coated, nice and coated well. And then once we are done, we'll be ready to go into our fryer. They don't take long, y'all. They take probably, you got to watch it. It's not like French fries or something like that. You have to babysit these. These only take, literally, it's like a flash fry. They're in and then they're out. So we're going to go ahead and finish breading these up. When we come back, they'll be ready to drop and get set up for assembly and do the shrimp. So come right back. All right, y'all, we are back. We have coated our eggs nice and coated with the panko and flour and eggs and good stuff. Our oil is now ready, and you guys, if you want to know a trick to tell whether your oil is ready or not, get a wooden spoon, just an old wooden spoon, get the handle of it and just stick it right there in the middle, just like that. If it starts to bubble like this is doing right here, that means that your oil is ready. So you want to make sure that your oil is to about right here, and then you can begin frying. You don't want to add it too soon because then you'll end up with like a soggy type of breading on the outside. We want it nice and crisp. So we'll just put it in just like that. And don't overcrowd it. You can see how many you can fit in there. Usually like 3 or 4 in a pot like this. So that's good right there, so they can have room to cook. What we're going to do next is watch it for a few seconds because like I said, this doesn't take long to cook at all. So you don't need to leave it in there. As long as as soon as it starts turning golden brown like this, they're ready to come out. It's quick, quick, quick. Quick and easy. And I like to turn them over so that way the excess oil can drain onto the plate. And if you have a rack, a wire rack, you can use that so it can cool on there too, stay crispy. But paper towels I'm not a fan of because it kind of gets it soggy, so I just kind of skip that part. All right. As with anything, when it comes out the fryer, we want to salt it, so we'll just give it a little dredge just like that because we already seasoned our mixture, so we don't want to overdo it. So these guys are just about ready too, just like that. Perfect. Looking good in the neighborhood. You hear me? These look nice. And they're so easy to make, y'all. Y'all gonna be so surprised. This is another dish like we made on another episode. Those easy seared scallops with cream corn puree to impress your guests. This is another banger to make and impress your guests. So we'll add some salt to the last one, just like we did the others. And now we'll start preparing that filling that we're gonna put in there. And last, what we're gonna do is the shrimp. I'm gonna leave my glove on because we're gonna use the hand to mix in with the shrimp, and I don't like the cross-contamination and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wipe that off, and we're gonna add into our little double egg mixture some mayo. I like to use the QP mayo for this recipe, because it's like a Japanese style recipe, and it's a little creamier. And we're adding bang bang shrimp, which is kind of like, you know, across the Asian pool. So you can use any mayo though, but I just prefer QP mayo. And you can find that in any of your local grocery stores. So we're just gonna mesh this up first. Make sure we get it as smooth as possible. And then we're gonna go in with, we have some relish. And that's about probably like a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. Add a little bit of mayo, because if you have too much of it, you can't take it out. So we don't want to add too much. Then we have our Dijon mustard. We're going to go in with some of that all-purpose seasoning. Oh, this is Italian herb, but we're going to use all of them anyway. This is Raging Cajun. A little bit of that. We season every level, y'all. So when you bite into it, you'll get a taste of flavor all throughout the eggs. All right, and then we have a little bit of garlic powder. Just sprinkle a little bit of that, like so. And then pepper. I'm gonna add some pepper in there. Perfect. All right, so we'll just give this a quick mix, y'all. Make sure everything is all nicely incorporated into the egg yolks. And if you need more mayo, like I said, we can always add more. So just see where you're at with your consistency. We'll add just a little bit more, but not a lot. There, that should be perfect. Yeah, that's it right there. And if you have a piping bag, you can put it in a piping bag and do it all nice and pretty and stuff like that. But I tend to not use a piping bag for this particular one, because we're going to put the shrimp on top and it's just going to smush that beautiful design. So it really doesn't matter. So this is all mixed up well. So give it a taste. A little more pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. That is perfect. All right, y'all. So we have our eggs done. We have our mixture for the eggs. Next, what we're gonna do is our shrimp. So come back, don't go anywhere. And we're gonna get this all plated up, and we're coming to the end, and then we're gonna follow up with those fried yellow tomatoes. So stay right there. See you in a minute. Hey y'all, welcome back to Tasting with Teas. Today we're making an appetizer, fried angel or slash deviled eggs with a little fried shrimp and bang bang sauce. I kept one of the gloves on so I can coat this shrimp and get it all ready for the fryer. We're going to use that same oil that we use for the deviled eggs. Just going to do a light season on this with some Raging Cajun or New Bay and some all-purpose seasoning and a little garlic powder. That's it. Our eggs and flour mixture has already been seasoned, so we don't have to worry about that. So what we're going to do is just kind of mix these like that. Mix them up together. Make sure we have stuff on there. All right. So just a light little mix. So we'll go into the egg batter first. Like that. Make sure it's all on there. And then as we go into the egg, we're going to go into the flour. Just a little slippery, y'all. I didn't want to come off. Reminds me when I go fishing, the bait just act like it doesn't want to stay on. So this is what it should look like. And we'll just drop it in just like that. Remember, you can check your oil with the handle of a spoon. If it starts to bubble, it's ready to go. And these also, they don't take long either. These are probably I'm gonna say 20 to 26 to 30 count. So they're not as big as the colossals, so they don't take long at all. I'm gonna use my tongs to kind of check these babies out. We just want a nice golden texture on these. Like that. And remember not to overcrowd your pan. See, they're starting to get a nice color on them. They're nice and crispy. And these are going to go on top of our eggs. And we're going to make our bang bang shrimp. Sauce for the shrimp. That's going to go on top in a moment. And it's really delicious, y'all. It's so delicious and it's so easy to make. So easy to make. So once they get golden brown, they're ready to go. Ready to come out. Ready to go into the sauce that we're going to make. And the sauce that we're making, y'all, bang bang, or you might hear of a yum yum sauce. It's really simple to make. All I do is do a little QP mayo. I add some sweet chili, like Thai chili or sweet sriracha chili. Either one of those will work. We add a little soy sauce. You can add some oyster sauce if you like. But those are the main 3 ingredients that I like to use. They're almost there. The color is what adds the extraness to the deviled egg. So, coat these up. Toss these in the egg. All right, I think these are ready. About ready to come out, y'all. Beautiful. Nice golden brown shrimp. These are beautiful. And even though they're small in size, y'all, adding it to an egg batter gives it a little more enhancement. It makes it have some more body to it. Makes it have a little more voluptuous look. All right, I think this one is ready. That. And before I forget, we're gonna put a little bit of salt on it because it, just came out the fryer. So I want to make sure that we season it very well. Anytime something comes out of the fryer, you should put a little salt on it. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. All right, gonna add this guy in there. And you can see why I wear a glove, because it gets a little messy. So that's why I recommend you wear a glove when you're doing hand to hand, because it gets a little messy. So then the cleanup is way easier. All you have to do is throw the glove out. I'm a multitasker, y'all, so as you can see, I'm doing like 3 things at once, but I'm used to it. If that's not your lane, you don't have to follow it. Just do one thing at a time, because I don't want you burning yourself or hurting yourself and saying, well, Chef T told me to do it like this. I did not. This is my disclaimer. Do what makes you comfortable. All right, y'all. This one looks about ready to come out. Perfect. We'll add that guy in like that. And this one is ready as well. This one looks good to me. And then we'll add salt to those too. Just a little nougat. All right, so now we can take this glove off. Easy peasy. That in the trash. All right, so once this is done, y'all, we will come back and make our sauce for the bang bang shrimp, and then we'll start to just present it and plate it up. So stay right there, don't change that dial, and I'll see you in a minute. Hey y'all, welcome back to Tasting with T. It is time for the grand finale of these deviled eggs. It is time to plate. So what we're gonna do first is make our bang bang sauce for those shrimp that I was telling you about. We have some of that QP mayo. We're just gonna put into a separate bowl here, because we're gonna mix all of these contents together. And then in here we have a little soy. I use some dark soy sauce. And we have some sweet chili sauce. You can find any brand. This one has a little bit of sriracha in it and a little bit of hot sauce. Told y'all I'm a kick girl, so I like a little spice. So we have some of that, and all we're gonna do is just kind of mix this up like this. It's already salty from the soy, so we don't need to add any salt, but I will add a little bit of pepper. Just a little bit. And then we'll just give it a stir just like this until it's all incorporated for the sauce. And the flavor that this gives is kind of like a cross between a sweet soy, mayo chili, like a aioli, similarly. So this is what you're gonna get. And the more of one ingredient that you add, the more of the color that you'll get. So say I was to add some more sweet chili. For me, that would be too sweet, but the color would change to a different, you know, different color. All right, I think we're good with that, y'all. Let's give it a taste. That's it. That's the one. That's the silver tuna mauve. All right, so we're gonna just put this on the bottom of the plate. Now you can put it any kind of way that you want to do it. Sometimes I'll put like a little dollop and set the egg on top. Sometimes I'll do a little drizzle, whatever you feel like doing. Right now I feel like doing a little drizzle. So I'm gonna do a little drizzle just like this. Something easy peasy to just put on the bottom of the plate. Just like that. All right, next, we're gonna put our eggs down. Strategically place them on the plate, just like this. And this is how you would see something at like a restaurant as like an appetizer. Let's make sure they're all going the same way. That's my OCD kicking in. So there. Then we'll go here. Make sure they have enough space. Perfect. The way the plate is made, it kind of sliding. All right, so then we have that mixture that we made earlier. Again, you could use a pie bag, but for this recipe, since we're gonna smush those shrimp on top, I don't feel like I need it. So I'm just gonna set some egg mixture in here on top. Put it right in the hole. And if they come off the side, that's okay. It makes better for the eyes, better for the food porn look of it. Because you want to salivate when you're getting ready to eat, right? Here we go. So just fill all of these in like that. Make sure all of them have enough filling too. Don't skimp on the filling. Use it all. Much as you have left, just use it all. All right, I think that looks good, guys. Now, for our shrimp, you can either put them in a separate bowl and toss them. I find that it kind of gets too wet like that. Excuse me. So I like to just kind of drizzle it on the top of the shrimp because we already have our wet mixture with the egg mixture. So I just like to kind of set it up on top and let it wave at everyone, kind of like Shamu does at SeaWorld, their little fin. So we're gonna wave at everyone, set it right in the middle just like that. Now I'm using the clean and vein shrimp with no tail, but if you want that extra look, you can definitely add a tail. But in serving these at parties, I've found in the past from surveys that it's just easier to bite it and just hunk it and take a bite of it. Nobody wants to be wasting time trying to, you know, take a peel off and take the tail and all of that stuff. All right, y'all. So now what we're gonna do last is add our bang bang sauce. And all we're gonna do is just give it a nice drizzle over the top, just like that. See how easy that is, y'all? Not hard at all. And you still get the yum yum sauce without it being overdressed. I don't know if you ever had an overdressed salad, but that's kind of similar to what this would be like. Overdressed shrimp. Just a little bit of drizzle. And you can see all the peppers and everything in here. All right, so last what we're gonna do, add a little lemon on there. If you decide to put a little lemon on it. And we'll go in with some little green onions. Little pizzazz. Boom, boom, boom. Give it a little color. And some Raging Cajun. Why not? Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And there you have it. Fried deviled eggs with bang bang shrimp on top. Tell me if you try this recipe. As always, I love when y'all send me emails telling me you tried it and that your family loved it. So tell me if you try it, because the last thing for us to do is for me to try it, right? So I am going to take a bite out of crime and take one of these. Let's see, that one's a little messy. I'm trying to find one that's not messy. It's just salivating, y'all. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna take this guy. He looks a little hefty. He didn't go on a diet. Let's see. Thank you, Lord. Hits the spot every time. This is what it looks like, y'all. Nice inside. Nice portion of egg. The shrimp to sauce ratio, not overpowering. So good. I'm about to finish eating on this. When I come back, we're gonna do those fried yellow tomatoes. So don't touch that dial. See you in a minute. Hey y'all, so it's a restaurant in Austin that my mom loves to try. I think it's called The Revelry, but they serve these fried green tomatoes. So today is an ode to my mom, Deborah. Hey girl. I'm doing a rendition of my own with fried yellow tomatoes. So we're gonna get started and hop in here. I have a few ingredients that are not too complicated. We're gonna go in again with that dry, wet, dry. We have some flour. We have some buttermilk that I'm gonna add to some eggs, mix that in there. It adds some acid to it because it's already acidic. So it kind of counteracts with each other. We have some breadcrumbs in here, and we're just gonna season it all again with some salt and pepper. Remember, everything has to be seasoned. I'm gonna add it to the blank canvas. It'll all mix in together. We have some salt. This one comes out a little faster because of the setting I have it on, so that's why we just go a little quick sprig of that. We have some all-purpose seasoning. Don't forget to go to my website and get yours today. We have them in 8 ounces and 16 ounces, and we will be having a sale soon, so be on the lookout for that. Next, we have some Italian herb seasoning. Put that in there. I know that looks kind of weird, just putting it in an empty bowl. But it's gonna be something in there in a minute. All right, we'll just give it a stir like that. And then stir the breadcrumbs up. These are panko breadcrumbs. You can use regular, I just like the crunch on these. Japanese panko. All right, so now we're going in with our eggs. I'm just using 2 eggs for this, 2 large eggs, because we're gonna add that buttermilk in there as well. That. And then we're gonna go in with our buttermilk. We're only gonna use about half of that. Keep the rest. And just give it a quick little stir. Just like that. Pick up those bits off the bottom that we put in just a second ago. This is another Southern staple dish, y'all. Back in the day, I'm not too old, but I hear stories from my grandparents and they tell me about all of these different kinds of recipes and stuff like that. I made fried croquettes on another episode, and I just found out after they watched the show that they ate it with syrup. I've never ate it with syrup, but I said I would try it, so. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is go ahead and cut this tomato. When I come back, I'm gonna go ahead and start moving them into the sections so we can get ready to fry them. I'm gonna get this heat going. So don't touch that dial, we'll be right back. All right, y'all, welcome back to Tasting with Teas, fried yellow tomato edition. So we're just cutting these tomatoes about less than an inch half thick. You want to get a good little bite, so you want to cut it thick enough to where you can have yourself bite down into it, but not too thin. And you want it to be able to stand up to that coating that you're going to put the tomato in. All right, so again, since we're doing our mixture, I'm going to go in with my gloves. So easy for the cleanup, so we don't get it all on our hands. So much easier. These are some beautiful yellow tomatoes y'all found in the grocery store. They had red, they had yellow, they had even orange tomato. I've never seen an orange tomato, but they did have one. So we're going to try this today though, the yellow. Go in with the flour, just like that. Make sure it's nice and coated all the way over. Then we're going to go into the egg and buttermilk mixture like that. And then after that, we're going to come over here to our panko mixture. Get that coated. Just like that. Okay. So we'll set that to the side and repeat all of these steps. Like that. Our heat is on and has been on for a little second. Now I'm using the same oil that we made our deviled eggs in, but if you have someone that is allergic to shrimp and you just happen to be making this all together at one time, I would definitely recommend changing your oil. Okay. All right, so not ready yet, so that's perfect. We can continue breading our tomatoes. It should come up to temp in a minute. Let me make sure it's the temperature we need it to. Perfect. All right, so we'll finish coating these. When we come back, our fire should be ready to drop in our tomatoes, and then we'll begin making our aioli sauce to dip it in. So don't change the dial. See you in a minute. Hey y'all, welcome back to Tasting with Tea. We are ready to put our fried green, or yellow in this instance, a rendition of fried green tomatoes, but we're doing yellow today. And we're ready to drop them into our oil. Our oil has been preheating. So let's just see how that looks. Now, if you want to put them in a larger pot, you can. I had this oil already ready and heating up, so I just decided to go ahead and just put it in here. And again, this doesn't take long at all either. All we're looking for is a nice brown coated texture, and it won't take long. See, it's starting to come up to the top and float. That's what you're looking for. Just a nice outer crunchy coating with a tender, acidic inside. Looking good already. Kind of looks like a chicken cutlet a little bit, but it looks delicious, I'll tell you that. So see how fast it's cooking and becoming golden brown? This is why you can't walk away from the stove. If you do, you'll have some burnt, fried yellow tomatoes. And just like that, y'all, it's already done. Once it floats to the top, just like fried chicken, any kind of protein, it's ready to come out. We'll do the second one. And as always, we'll put a little salt on it. Then we'll wait for this guy to finish. This is an appetizer that can easily feed at least 2 people. These are kind of like beef steak sized tomatoes, the big heirloom ones. You can find them in your grocery store, Whole Foods, City Market. They typically have those fresh heirloom type fruits. So, and did you know tomato was a fruit? Aha. Tomato is actually a fruit, y'all. So this one is ready. Told you they don't take long at all, and it's nice and crispy. The oil is just hot enough. It's perfect. As I told you before, if your oil is not hot enough, you'll end up with soggy breading, soggy coating. So you don't want that. Let's turn this over. I could fool a vegan to make them think it was chicken. That's how good they look. The outer crust. Let's turn that. We're gonna watch that, y'all. This is our QP mayo that we have. I'm gonna add some Raging Cajun seasoning to it. This is for our aioli, y'all. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, just a simple garlic aioli. If you wanna add some peppers or onions to it, feel free to do that. Go heavy on the garlic because it is a garlic aioli. Let's check on that tomato. It looks ready to me. And then we'll finish with our last one. Again, me multitasking. Do how you feel. Don't have to follow my lead. Just do whatever makes you feel comfortable. You get one of my spoons here, guys. Then we have some lemon that I had left over. So I'm just gonna squeeze some of this into our aioli. Add some acid. I like to do it like this so if any seeds come out, I catch them. That's perfect. All right, let's check on our last tomato. Looks good to me. All right, so we'll go ahead and shut off our stove because these are done, y'all. Beautiful. All right, set that aside. Put a little salt on these babies. Turn this one. Okay. So now we have our aioli. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper as well. Scoot that over. And don't forget, y'all, we have a lot of adult recipes that kids can eat. I mean, you can kind of disguise some of these dishes that we create on the show to have them eat their vegetables and things like that. But don't forget our cookbook right here is going to be coming out hopefully by the end of the summer. We're working on getting all the kinks ironed out. It's almost done. So I really want you guys to stay tuned in. Check in with my sites, my platforms, because you'll be able to find the book there. And join in with your kids. Make some dishes with your kids when they get out of school. Have them have a anticipation of cooking with mom or dad, and get all the siblings in there. I do cooking classes too in Texas, and a lot of them, you'd be surprised. Kids are actually in the kitchen with the parents. They're involved, and some of them are actually booked for the kids. Surprisingly, I had a kid make some rainbow trout the other day. Well, a couple weeks ago, not the other day, a couple weeks ago. He wanted a fish dish because he's a pescatarian. So I asked him, did he have a specific fish? And he, ironically, that's what he chose, y'all. He told me he was like 11. And I'm like, how do you know about this, buddy? He's like, I want to be a chef. It just warmed my heart. But nonetheless, our tomatoes are ready, you guys. I have a nice little cabbage slaw that we'll put right here on the bottom, y'all. And this is optional, but I find it goes good with the crunch. It's like a light free-stay appetizer, just refreshing. Spread that out right here. All right, y'all, so now it is time to plate these fried yellow tomatoes up. We have some regular, just shredded cabbage on here. You can do some Napa, you can do regular cabbage, purple, whatever you feel like. It's optional. So we're gonna go ahead and just lay these guys down like so. Kind of on top of one another like that. These are big beefsteak tomatoes, y'all. So like I said, this is a nice appetizer for at least 2 people. We have some cilantro. I'm just going to kind of go over the top with for a little garnish, just like that. And then we have some lemon. We'll give it a little lemon right here. Want to squeeze that on the top of the tomato like that. And then our aioli, Perfect. Kind of scoot that to the side. I'll set that right there. And there you have it, y'all. Fried yellow tomatoes with a garlic aioli dipping sauce. Hope you try this one too. All of my recipes will be available for you to follow along. Follow us on Dusk to Dawn. I'll make sure that I include all the recipe ingredients and everything like that. And last but not least, you know we gotta taste it. We have to taste it. So let's see, I'll use this one. And I'll just take a little piece off here that's already fallen off. All right, let's get into it. Thank you, Lord. A little aioli. There it is. I recommend y'all add this cabbage. It gives it a crunch in addition to the panko. But when you bite into that tomato, it's soft, so it's kind of evenly balanced. If you want to put your lemon on top, feel free to do that too. If not, just eat it like this. It's good just like this. Well, that's all my time, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this edition of Pass Around Hors d'oeuvres, starters, appetizers. We had our fried yellow tomatoes, and earlier we did our fried deviled eggs. So let me know if you try it. Don't forget to follow us so you can be in tune. You can get on the list to get your cookbook coming up soon. I'll see you in the next episode.